Patriot Vittori, fine man. It is an honor for me to be here tonight. Johnny was one of the greatest competitors that I ever played ball with, and also one of my best friends. And with that, I'd like to turn the mic over to Mr. Michael B.
You know, Kenny, what you had said to me was you were going to say, I'm going to turn the mic over to stand for a moment of silence for the events that happened in September the 11th and to just thank the good Lord that we're with such good friends here tonight. Thank you. Before we actually start, and a fine young fellow who I watch on television quite a bit. I don't agree with half of the things he says, but I do. At this time, I'm going to ask Mr. Mike Morrissey to come up here. Mike is the husband of Sandy Doran. And Sandy Doran's brother, Jimmy, has a special welcome for all of us here tonight, all the way from the island of Hawaii. Michael?
First of all, I'd like to welcome everyone tonight, and I'm just kind of a homeboy, but I look around this table tonight and I see all familiar faces. I've probably seen some of the greatest athletes, friends, relatives that I've seen in a long time gathered under one roof. So I'd like to thank you all for being here tonight, number one. And I watched John play ball throughout his career, and he was probably the student of the game. And I hope we all can recollect some of his best games tonight, because guess what? This is his big game. So everyone tonight, thank you for being here, number one. And number two, this is for my brother-in-law, Jimmy. He couldn't be here tonight because he's across from the old sea. So we'll all say, here's to John. God bless us all. Here we go. Here you go. Mike?
Wait a minute, I'll drink to that. What we're going to do is, one of the advantages of being at the head table is you get to eat first. So I'm going to ask the head table to go ahead. Is there food out there? Okay, we're going to do a little impromptu.
Go ahead and eat.
I'm going to introduce the members of the head table very briefly, and we'll give them their proper introduction at a later date. To my extreme left is the mayor of the city of North Adams, John Barrett. Coach Frank Zoltak. Mr. Harry Sheehy. To my far right, the Honorable Fred T. Thompson. From Wacona Regional High School, Ed Ladley. And we'll save the other introduction for a little later on. I want to say hi to a couple of friends out there. And first of all, I notice out in the audience we have City Councilor Dick Alkenbright. City Councilor Mike Bloom. Where are you, Mike? And a person, I guess, who's trying politics for the first time, council candidate Mark Moulton. Where are you, Mark?
You better stand over at the bar,
Okay.
okay?
Dave Lewis, what's with that food? This is quite impromptu.
Yeah, I know.
You didn't announce what's your name. You must not like that.
I would like to,
You didn't announce
I'm going to tell you a little story about Johnny and Gail. I've known them for quite some time, and I think you know that. Gail is probably the ultimate perfect wife. However, they've been married for over 40 years. And in that a long time ago, not quite so perfect relationship, she used to get quite upset with Johnny. When they get up in the morning, Johnny would let wind go. And John, it was awful. And Gail would say to him, John, you're going to have to stop that. And John would laugh at her, you know, Johnny. It continued. It got so bad that her eyes would water, and she said, Johnny, go see a doctor or something. This is a true story. John would only laugh and continue every morning to let gas go. What transpired eventually is she got so mad, she said, John, if you don't go see a doctor, you are going to fart your guts out. You've got to stop this. Well, continually it went on and on and on, and she kept warning him, you're going to fart your guts out, and he paid no attention. Last Christmas, Gail got up ahead of Johnny. She went to make the turkey dinner. And as she was taking the guts out of the turkey, a thought occurred to her. She took the innards out of the turkey, she put them in a plastic plate, and she went to where Johnny was sleeping. She took all the innards, she put them in his jockey underwear while he was sleeping, and trotted back out into the kitchen. About 30 minutes later, Johnny woke up with a scream, and Gail, in her devious little way, made believe she didn't know what was going on. 20 minutes later, John comes out in the kitchen, his undies all blood. He says, Gail, you were right. If I kept doing that, I would fart my guts out. But by the grace of God, Gail, and these 2 fingers, I got them all back in.
Michael, beautiful lady. It's a true story, though.
We've got a very, very nice program. As soon as the food gets here, we're going to have is Judge Ben Apkin. Judge Apkin, good to see you here, Judge, with us. A lot of you know the...
All right, here we go. Thanks everybody's coming, I appreciate it. Great crowd. We want 100 people here, so we got it for them. Anyways, I have a letter here from San Jose, California. It goes, I suppose that I would be preaching to the choir by attempting to tell you all the outstanding would speak volumes. Johnny and I go back many years to the nights when we would drive to George St. Pierre and Ed Battery nuts, trying to spend as much time as possible playing basketball in the gym at the old YMCA. There where, when I taught John all that he knows about basketball, I also taught him to play ping pong on the tables at Y. It wasn't easy. Johnny was so gratified that he let me drive his new Chevy Impala convertible one day.